All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the Denver Broncos, folks. This is, to me, at least officially, the hottest team in the National Football League. They're sitting here at 6-5, and well, here's the thing: they started 1-5. Right. So in this 5-game winning streak, I'll just, throw in here for context sake, right? They beat my Green Bay Packers. I'm actually wearing my Green Bay Packers beanie right now. Neither here nor there. The Kansas City Chiefs, if you're new to football or you're not aware, the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl last season, right? They won on the road, primetime football, Monday night to be specific, against the Buffalo Bills. And yeah, the Buffalo Bills quarterback is Josh Allen. They beat them 24-22, and yeah, that resulted in the Bills actually firing their offensive coordinator. So, you guys know Josh Allen, you guys know the Buffalo Bills. So that's yeah, that's the Super Bowl defending champions, and then the Buffalo Bills. And then we go to, at the time, a red hot Minnesota Vikings team. I understand that argument at this current point, just 2 weeks later, doesn't hold as much ground because they just lost to the Chicago Bears, but neither here nor there. Once again, at that point in time, they were absolutely red hot, one of, if not the hottest team in the league. So this past Sunday, the Denver Broncos ride in this high, 5-5 at home against the Cleveland Browns. And just once again, for context sake, yeah, the Cleveland Browns have the best defense in the National Football League statistically. That no longer is the case because Denver won 29-12. So first-year head coach Sean Payton, now obviously his first year in the NFL, and Russell Wilson, quote-unquote, washed. They're currently 6-5, and I'm looking at the second half of the schedule, and I'm currently looking at my chops. But we're going to talk about all that in tonight's video. But guys, before we do, if you enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Broncos fans, you guys continue to absolutely bless this channel. I appreciate you guys so much. Seriously, words cannot describe it. If we try and get this video to 250 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. But folks, we're pumping out like a Broncos video every other day at this point because it's awesome. It's hard. I responded to a commenter the other day about this. It's hard. I'm a Packers fan once again. It wasn't needed the second time, but you get it. It's late. Come on, man. It's late. It's hard to not like football and root for the Denver Broncos. Like, it's hard to not want Denver Broncos success. Now, keep in mind, I'm relatively young. I'm like 24 here. I have a Kyle Orton jersey. I also remember vividly the Tim Tebow era. Obviously the Peyton Manning era. I don't know what it is about the Denver Broncos, Denver sports in general. They're just really cool, and it's a great story to root for because I've only been to Denver in the airport, but all I hear about Denver is it's a phenomenal city. So let's get back into the video. Here are 2 fun facts for you guys. I love a good fun fact. Currently, the defense, which was, and actually is currently ranked 29th in the league as far as opponents' points per game goes. They're giving up 26 points per game, and they're the team that gave up 70 points to Tua and the Miami Dolphins. And everybody was saying, Sean Payton's always been overrated, right? Obviously, Sean Payton was overrated because he had a Hall of Fame quarterback level like Drew Brees, right? And then we also were hearing Russell Wilson's cooked, but more importantly, guys, we were hearing that this defense was cooked and has been cooked for quite some time here. What Sean Payton did in the offseason was and even throughout the season, is he's gone to the blueprint. And the current blueprint as far as building a good defense right now is, and you need the offensive talent, I will throw that in there, young and cheap. Obviously talented, obviously, playmakers, obviously young, highly touted talent. And it doesn't need to be highly touted talent, but you get the point. I want young, I want athleticism, and I want physicality on my defensive side. But most importantly, especially in the year 2023, I need a high-powered offense. But here's the thing. The Denver Broncos defense, as they gave up 70 points to the Miami Dolphins, in this 5-game winning streak, they're giving up 16 points per game. And this is when we go back to the quote-unquote young and inexperienced group. They lost guys like Vermont Jones, and everybody's looking at guys like Patrick Surtain. He's the only good player on the Denver Broncos defense. Guys are stepping up. They're making plays, and they're, most importantly, they're improving on a week-to-week basis. But the defense in this 5-game winning streak is literally giving up 16 points per game. And just for context's sake, that would be good if, for hypothetical reasons, if this were to go on for an entire 17-game season, that would be second in the league. Just barely behind the San Francisco 49ers defense with Chase Young, Nick Bosa, like several Hall of Famers. They're giving up 15.5 points per game. The Denver Broncos in this win streak is giving up 16 points per game. And like we said a minute ago, this is a defense that nobody really knows. I'm going to keep it a buck with you guys because I live down here in Southwest Florida. I'm from Chicago. I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. Nobody really knows many defensive players on the Denver Broncos. Many people don't know many players on the Denver Broncos outside of Russell Wilson and a couple of others. But especially the defense, extremely undercovered, extremely underrated, and that's perfectly fine for this Denver team. But their defense is giving up 16 points per game. They have also the best turnover differential in the entire National Football League in this, nice little win streak here. A big reason in general is just Russell Wilson's season, but another big reason is the defense is making plays. Guys are just making plays. They're getting turnovers, and the offense is keeping it clean. All right. So what do we describe this word as? Well, for me, it's power football. And it's currently, it's like 12:43 a.m. here. It's Thursday, November 30th. So it's cold. And one thing from the Denver Broncos that we've seen in the last month or month plus, actually, because of this winning streak, is a very good running game. For context's sake, against the Cleveland Browns, the Denver Broncos, once again, the best defense in the league, the Denver Broncos ran 39 times for 169 yards and 2 touchdowns. So when I think of power football, when I think of football from when I first started getting into it, the Brett Favre era, Brett Favre, obviously, but we call it Brett Favre in this family. Defense wins championships. And if you can control the trenches, well, folks, you can control the game. And the Denver Broncos running attack has been beautiful. But most importantly, obviously, Russell Wilson has really been extremely efficient. 20 touchdowns to just 4 interceptions in the passing game. And, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, all right, you've got 3 road games here. Denver, realistically, for a playoff appearance, needs to win probably 2. They could probably, honestly, they could probably get away with 1 here. If the Denver Broncos win this upcoming Sunday against CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans, well, folks, if you're not bought in right now, then I'd buy in right now because Denver's winning 10 games this season. I'd buy in after that win. All right, so that's really it for today. Just kind of a Broncos hype / rant video. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. If you want more Broncos videos, let me know down below. But to be honest with you, you guys show crazy support, so it's going to happen either way. But thank you. Have a great rest of your day.